Flight Sports TV, man. That's my dude. I rolls with him.
You heard what the man said. It's Flight Sports TV.
Flight Sports TV, that's where it's at.
Flight Sports TV.
What's going on, people? It's Flight Sports TV. I appreciate y'all for checking with me. You already know what it is. We back with another one of them things. We got ourselves a hell of a game tonight involving the Denver Nuggets and our guy Lamelo Ball. You already know what it is. The Charlotte Hornets are in action. We hardly got a chance to talk about what the Charlotte Hornets did in free agency. Did they add anything? Obviously not, but they did give some key subtractions. Some people view as key subtractions. And, some people hopefully will be elevated, through some of these moves. I can't wait to discuss, what's going on. The Hornets, man, is going down tonight. They got themselves a formidable opponent in Nikola Jokic and the crew. They're not coming to play. Now, let's hope that the Hornets could prevail tonight. This is going to be a hell of a game tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Salute to everybody that's in the building early, man. Shout out Bears and Carpenter. Shout out Isaiah Curry. Salute to my man Thunder. You already know what it is. It's Flight Sports. Buckle up. We got game coverage in minutes. I got my man All Access in the building. Dex, talk to the people. We live.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Flight Sports TV, the machine, the voice of the voiceless, the people's champ, the hottest in these streets. Shout out to the panel as it reached its premium peak, and most definitely the zaniest, craziest chat that you're going to find in all of the YouTube landscape. What are Basil Carpenter Jr., Rap God Reloaded, Slim Can Hoop, and all the other mainstays, Chuck Morris and more, as they fill you with some of their most charismatic takes in the cacophony of the chat, Flight Sports TV. And listen, I would be remiss, Flight. I would be ultimately remiss if I didn't recognize everybody pulling up to these Flight Sports TV streets and parking anywhere. Don't matter. You won't get fined. You won't get a ticket. And if somebody do get out of character and out of alignment and you happen to get cited, Flight Sports TV cover all costs at our expense. So buckle up, stay seated, and open up your ears and your mind to allow this fervor of content to penetrate the most inner fiber of your beings as we witness our boy, Lamelo Ball, the structure of scientific revolution right here, right now on Flight Sports TV. There's no more delay, and check this out. We're closing the distance. Ladies and gentlemen, we're closing the distance. So like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And if you happen to feel a little giffy on this Saturday evening, hit the Cash App as well as the Super Chat, and let's rock and roll, baby.
Yes, sir. We got a good one tonight involving, like I said, the Denver Nuggets, a Western Conference. I would want to say a heavyweight. I think that's that's honest to say, right? The Denver Nuggets. Do you consider them a heavyweight out west?
Oh, most definitely. Anytime you're a number one seed in
right
any relative conference, you are considered a heavyweight. because everybody else is chasing. As you sit on
The throne.
the plateau,
Yeah.
you know, you're looking down. You're not looking up because there's nothing above you. So if you're looking down, most definitely you're a heavyweight. Now they just have to continue to prove that they're a heavyweight night in and night out. And I'm quite sure with the two-time MVP, back-to-back, Foreigner. Listen, the Foreigners have won the MVP 4 years in a row, Flight. What is going on? Is this a new paradigm?
It's gotta
Is
be.
this a new paradigm in the NBA? Foreigners won 4 straight MVPs, just blistering through an American-made invented sport called basketball. How will Dr. Naismith feel about all of this? I'm quite sure he's happy and delighted that the game is global. But winning 4 straight MVPs outside of the borders of the United States of America? Flight, are you kidding me? You can't make this up.
Nope.
Let's go, baby. But our boy Lamelo Ball, he's coming. Listen, I think Lamelo Ball gets to do a doozy because he's inspired by great basketball players. He's inspired by high intellectual basketball schemes and individuals who execute these schemes. So I think Lamelo will have a triple-double tonight. He will have a high-end 20 triple-double. His assists might be around 12, and his rebounds might be around 11. But he definitely, I feel, LaMelo is going to do a doozy with a triple-double and put a triple-double on the Denver Nuggets just to show that he can compete with the best of them.
Yeah, I believe it, man. Melo could definitely compete with the best of them. LaMelo, to me, obviously, I think he should have been named the All-Star, but we all know why the Hornets was just, not, cutting it. Anthony Edwards made it, and I think the NBA. I don't want to cut no slack from Anthony Edwards. Is an unbelievable talent. It would have been nice to see if LaMelo would have made it, but unfortunately, due to the injuries and the Hornets debacle, he probably won't be able to make it that evening, unfortunately. But we got a few days till then, so let's see what happens. But you got Jokic in taking the floor. They in the Queen City. Do they and Thomas Bryant? I see Thomas Bryant floating around. You lost one of your pieces to the Denver Nuggets. The Lakers, I believe, playing tonight with no LeBron James. I wonder if you'll see D'Lo and the crew. Let's see. But we got Hornets basketball coming up. Do the Charlotte Hornets have a chance tonight? Dex going up against the MVP and the crew. The Denver Nuggets got a formidable squad out here, man. They nothing to mess around with, hanging on the number 1 seed in the West. Do Charlotte have a shot tonight, or is it going to be a doozy?
I feel Charlotte do have a shot, Flight. Now, they don't have Mason Plumlee, and some people kind of wrote Mason Plumlee off because he had a horrific start to his Charlotte Hornets career. And, he was hanging out with the likes of Gordon Hayward, the 2 token white boys on the team, but I wouldn't call Gordon Hayward a token white boy. But nevertheless, that regime have flipped. And Gordon Hayward lost his footing, and LaMelo Ball came in and swooped it up. But it was kind of up for grabs between LaMelo Ball and Miles Bridges. And then we already know what happened to Miles Bridges. So by default, in that competition between Miles and LaMelo wins out and becomes the Charlotte Hornets face of their franchise. Albeit, I don't know if there's anything to brag about being the face of Charlotte Hornets franchise, especially with their despicable record right now, Flight. They should be ashamed of themselves. They should be ashamed of themselves with the talent that they hoist at one point in time where they was reaching the play-in game. It was like the play-in game was like granted to them. It was almost like a rite of passage for them. And then all of a sudden, come the off season of 2022 and 2023, it seemed like the Charlotte Hornets just took a precipitous drop and fell over the cliff and out from the ledge of the castle down there in the Queen City. Like, what happened? Was it Miles? Was it LaMelo starting the season injured? Was it LiAngelo not making the Charlotte Hornets main roster? Was it Book Night and his off-court issues? Was it Kai Jones or JT Thor underperforming? What the hell happened? Was it Gordon Hayward, injury prone, Mr. Glass, as he is known, self? Was it Mitty? Was it Mikey? Was it Cliffy? Did Cliffy come with the right scheme, the right rotation, the right stratagem, night in and night out? We don't know. It's so many waypoints that you can illustrate. I just feel that Lamelo just going to cruise the season out. He's going to add to his legacy by putting up good numbers night in and night out, and then see where the chips may fall. Now, to some disbelief and to other people's non-committal to that combination, as we were starting to witness, Mason Plumlee and LaMelo Ball. Now, it could have been skullduggery, Flight. It could have been some aspect of skullduggery based on Mason Plumlee being traded. Mason Plumlee got traded at the trade deadline. So his showcasing was probably to up his stock. And it didn't seem like the Charlotte have no problems of getting off Mason Plumlee. He was wanted. He was a valued commodity, Flight, to somebody, and they snatched him as soon as he became available. So do we congratulate LaMelo Ball for that? Or do we congratulate the Charlotte Hornets executive staff for putting that combination together for a string of games? And both of them, LaMelo Ball and Mason Plumlee, rolled out a pretty good tandem, you know. That's something that we have to really ingest, digest, and investigate. Was it skullduggery that LaMelo Ball and Mason Plumlee had a pretty decent dual combination of the pick and roll? And Mason Plumlee was averaging double digits, Flight, prior to his exit. And LaMelo was averaging at least 4 assists a game to Mason Plumlee. And most of those came off of nice dunks. So, Flight, what you think about that? Getting rid of Mason Plumlee and Jalen McDaniels.
First things first, shout out Basil Carpenter Jr. with your generosity. I want to thank you. You know, I think it's good that Mason Plumlee, you know, is out, you know, because it opens up the door for Mark Williams, obviously. But, you know, Mason Plumlee wasn't as bad. I mean, people was really piling it on Mason Plumlee. I don't think it was fair, you know, but it is what it is. He was very formidable for the Charlotte Hornets. You know, he did what he was supposed to do. He rebounded. You know, he was a able big man. You know, and let's see if Mark Williams could step up to the plate and do what he's supposed to do. But at the end of the day, you draft a guy higher, you got to give him the opportunity, and I think that's what Charlotte has done. They're giving this guy Mark Williams an opportunity. And give credit that they don't let him go without thinking of Mark Williams right there. And I like that.
Flight, I'm going to give you a little pushback, not much, because I agree with your sentiments. But with Charlotte Hornets, you can't give them that much credit because they have shown in the past to be defiant of common sense.
Right.
And what I mean by that, Flight, is that if you're going to give Mark Williams the benefit of the doubt of them being the higher draft pick, and so they made way for him, then why they didn't do that for LaMelo? Why they didn't do that for Book Night? They were higher picks than Mark Williams, Flight. So there is a little befuddledness on that aspect. But everything else, I do agree. And if they was a competent organization, everything you said would be 100% correct.
Right.
But they have shown in the past and in recent years, they are not as competent as they should be.
Well, I hope that they changing the page. You know, shout out Anthony Alvarado and the crew. Even Basil just said Plumlee not bad. He'll be a great backup. Yes, he will be. And I stated that about Plumlee, being a solid backup. Now he's off to, to his next destination, which is the Clippers. It was just very appalling to me that they got Reggie Jackson and, and letting him go. It just seemed like they did a salary dump. Even as I'm looking into the situation, I hate to shift gears, but even the McDaniels move. And I was saying McDaniels is one of the few players that actually provides some, something, and they let him go for nothing, and it was because they didn't want to pay him. Let's see if they're going to pay PJ Washington. Let's see if they're going to take care of Miles, because I'm hearing from inside some Chicago sources that's what the plan is. I beg to differ. Until Charlotte pays somebody, that's when I'm going to believe them. What do you think?
Yeah, that's pretty interesting right there.
Yeah, we moments away from tip-off, y'all.
Everybody always talk about the Lakers always trying to grab this and trying to grab that. And we hear a lot of rumors and speculation of how that organization is going out retrieving its talent. But look at Chicago now. It seems like Chicago's looking like for everybody. If it was good for the goose, it's good for the gander, right? Or the pot can't call the kettle black. So everybody's doing that. It's like they slander the Lakers for doing it because the Lakers have been successful throughout the years and they have made noise while they're doing it. Even though Boston Celtics is in that same ilk, like they go out and grab supreme talent when it's available. We have seen it in Boston, and they have won championships based on that formula and format. But like I said, on the contrary, when the Lakers do it, they want everything. They want to do this. They want to do that. It's just so much jealousy and envy when it comes to the Los Angeles Lakers and what they do. They don't do that when it comes to the Clippers, because look what the Clippers have been doing in recent years. Since they got Chris Paul, they had DeAndre Jordan. They drafted, but they got Blake Griffin. They had a whole lot of players come through that corridor when Lob City was booming. And look at recent years with Kawhi and Paul George. Look at that turnover rate for the Clippers. You know what I'm saying? So most teams do it if they have the bread to do it and they have the galls to do it. So don't batter the Lakers because they have done it and became successful while doing it. They hadn't hit a home run in a long time, right? But the jealousy and the envy stems from their history. So everybody do it. As you seen on the trade deadline, teams were making moves. The only team didn't make a move, according to my understanding, was the Chicago Bulls. Yeah. They stayed pat. They didn't do anything. They didn't budge. They didn't nudge. So apparently Acme feel they have everything they need to move forward to be competitive in a very high scoring and low defense.
Yeah. Salute to all y'all. You got Bruce Brown, KCP, Michael Porter Jr., Kanker, Nikola Jokic, and that's your starters for the Denver Nuggets tonight. Let's see what you got: Lamelo Ball, Scary Terry Rozier, Gordon Hayward, PJ Washington, and guess who? Mark Williams. Mark Williams is starting, baby. I know he's feeling good. He's got to be feeling good due to what's happening.
And Flight, let me insert this.
And it helps out JT Thor as well. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, don't mention shadow people. Come on, Flight. JT Thor has done absolutely nothing. I think Theo Maladon done just a inkling more than JT Thor. But anyway, I do like JT Thor. He is the darkest man on the planet, arguably. Wyndon Gabriel is maybe a close second. But nevertheless, Shadow Man he has the talent. He has the athleticism, but do we have it between the ears? Because that's what is the disturbing part when it comes to Shadow Man when he gets his ticks. You don't see Charlotte improving him. It seemed like Charlotte take a step back when he's on the floor. So maybe they know something that we don't know, especially in practice, because they see what he's about. And they have trust in Shadow Man, and maybe we just, expecting a little too much. But we'll see. Now, Nick Richards, why he's in a doghouse, I don't know. That's what I wanted you to kind of chime in on. What happened to Nick Richards?
It's crazy you said that.
And the mighty have fallen.
We got Nikola just missed he tried to do a Hakeem Olajuwon and he missed it. but Porter Jr. rebounds it and he misses a mid range. I'm gonna get to that question, Dex. You got Melo.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah, he gives the outlet to Gordon Hayward. Oh, Mark Williams. There we go. Mark Williams for Charlotte. Mark Williams smiling down the court off a banger. He's shaking his head. They got them a big man now in Charlotte.
Oh, there you go. There you go, Flake.
Hey man, he playing like I'm the center of the future. You know, this is where you got to look at him out there starting up against Jokic. This is how this is what you need to do, for a time.
We need to see more. We need more people.
Oh, yeah. Well, at least he's been thrusted, into this position as the starter. LaMelo Ball, MB1. Cash money. LaMelo Ball on the board with a big-time 3. I got to score 7-zip. Charlotte, 10:30 to go in the first.
Oh, they taking off fast.
Yes. You got Mark Williams defending. Jokic put it up over him. He wasn't. Jokic's upset about. Mark Williams is upset. He thought he played some good defense. A lot of people is behind Mark Williams, Dex. I
don't have a problem with Mark Williams, because I enjoy watching young players do their thing and giving the opportunity to showcase what they can do. Because a lot of times the NBA is very stalemate when it comes to veterans. Like they owe them because the work that they put in.
Right.
Dub C had a song with when he was with High Profile. DJ Aladdin was his DJ. All DJ Aladdin is vicious, but called "Pay Your Dues," and they want these young players to pay their dues. But a lot of these young players are just coming out being so gifted. I don't know if "Pay Your Dues" is something that applies to them.
Right. PJ on the board too.
From the runway, you got to say from the runway.
Yeah, can y'all hear me?
What score and what time you got, Flight? Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, I had a glitch right there. My fault. I got 2:11. I'm at 9:36.
Okay, all right. You're ahead of me then.
Yeah, you got scared. They look like the Nuggets just turned the basketball over. You got a collision. LaMelo Ball moving the basketball. PJ penetrating. He dumps off to Gordon Hayward.
Oh no, we right there. Oh yeah, I'm right there with you.
Yeah, we on the money.
Was that a turnover? Turnover?
I believe so. Gordon Hayward had a banger, good alley-oop from Scary Terry.
Yeah, that's nice. But see, that's the Gordon Hayward that people thought Charlotte was acquiring. But due to injuries, it crippled his fanfare big time.
Shout out CWE, everybody in the building. Salute to everybody, especially my guy Anthony Alvarado. We got to score 2-11. I'm telling you, Charlotte. Gordon Hayward again, 13-12. 13-2. Denver got to call that timeout. It's time for that timeout.
Field call.
Yeah, Charlotte is on their heels. I see Svi out there. He used to play for the Lakers. I don't know what they're going to do with him. They let go of McDaniels. They sent him to Philly. He's going to ball out for Philly. Watch. Yeah, we got a commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. We got to stop.
Who was out there?
Who? I said that. I think McDaniels went to Philly.
No, you said somebody was out there. Used to play with the Lakers.
Oh, Svi. You know who that is? You remember him?
Oh, Speak the center?
I don't think he's a center. I think he's a shooter. His name is Svi. SVI, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah. He's from. I think he played with Michigan, right? Michigan in college.
Yeah, I think so.
Mikhailuk. Yeah, he was with Lonzo. I think it was in the Lonzo draft. Or if he wasn't the Lonzo draft, it was a year after Lonzo. Steve Mikhailuk.
Oh, yeah. I seen him play before.
Yeah, the Lakers had all those guys, man.
The Lakers, everybody right now, put your picks down. Who y'all think y'all got winning this game? On paper, you thought this would be a doozy, but look now, the Charlotte was up 11, putting pressure on the Denver Nuggets, making them call a quick timeout early. So, this game is
not going for that.
Yeah, Svi.
Malone is not going to let it get out of hand.
Yeah, they're going to get right back in it, though. That's one thing about, the Denver Nuggets. Even though they down right now, I ain't tripping. Because they could just hit the switch, they're right in it. But this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about when you think about contenders and pretenders. You got the Nuggets, number one, Obviously, you see retooling going on in Denver. No, pardon me, in Dallas, and obviously what's going on in Phoenix, Arizona. These teams run up in Denver. They're going to take Denver down. I don't give a damn if they got the number 1 seed or what. So it's a lot of trouble. They have to establish, are they a contender or a pretender? And losing to the Charlotte Hornets is not a good look. Not for a number 1 seed.
Now we knew Denver. Those of us basketball savants knew Denver was going to be number 1 at some part of the season. I had them at number 1 for the duration of the season, but they had a rocky start, and it kind of shook my faith in Denver. But now it seemed like Denver has righted the ship, and they are where they're supposed to be, number 1, representing the Western Conference. Now, I want to know how my boy Thomas Bryant fit into the Denver scheme, especially when you have Aaron Gordon doing his thing and Michael Porter Jr. is starting to come along as well.
Yeah, good point on that, Dax.
Okay, we got somebody launching the 3. Nope, that's off.
Yeah, my bad, Dax. I got to score 2 to 13 right now. I'm on 8-19.
Mark Williams just did something special again, Flight. So he's taking it to Denver. He's not afraid being in the presence of the 2-time MVP.
Right. You're absolutely right. Shout out to Torrent Whitfield. Charlotte, yep. And he had the free throw line, but he missed it. Let's say he got to get good at these foul shots. This is going to take him to the next level. Shout out to everybody rocking with Flight Sports TV.
So Charlotte Hornets kept Kai Jones as we see him on the bench, sitting on the side of the new acquisition. They didn't move him. It was a lot of talk around Kai Jones. So they must have some other plan for him because he's still on their roster. He's not in the G League.
I mean, they have to. They have to, Dax. I believe so. Mark Williams is everywhere right now. He's showing very good potential defensively as well. He's doing a number on the MVP. Man, was that a block? That's goaltending. But good defense right there from Mark Williams. He trying.
I think it was a foul called on the play.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Foul. Damn. Did they give him the foul? Good defense out there by my man Mark Williams. I don't know about that. Melo Ball about to get aggressive. Good pass. They're moving the basketball in Charlotte. P.J. Washington. Yes, P.J. Washington converts. P.J. on the runway. 15-4. Charlotte. They're doing their thing right now in Queen City. The Queen City Hornets, ladies and gentlemen. They all over Jokic. Yes, Mark Williams with another block. Oh, damn.
Yeah, like they're showing aggression early. Now, can this stay up? Can they maintain this? Or would Denver figure it out?
I don't know. No, that's going to be the $1 million question. We're gonna find out. The Nuggets, man, they're a formidable opponent. I know that much. Let's see what happens. Is that KCP? KCP just missed a 3. Rebounded by Gordon Hayward. We're pushing the basketball up the floor. Scary Terry passed to Lamelo. Lamelo for 3. He missed it. Mark Williams tried it. Yeah, I like what I'm seeing from Mark Williams. They're showing that they traded Plumlee for the right reasons.
Yeah, we don't want to see Melo settle for 3. We want to see him drive to the rack. He showed that success in last game. We want him to keep that aggression going.
Yeah, Mark Williams, I think, is going to fit even next season when they get, some people back, like the Bridges of the world and things of that nature.
Why you keep thinking Bridges coming back?
Well, I think they're going to bring him back. They're still holding on to him. I think they're going to pay him. I think it was universally renowned. Gordon Hayward just scores as well. I think it's universally renowned that he was going to miss the season, miss at least one full season. And I think next year people will be able to stomach Bridges coming back. But
They might be clamoring for him because the Hornets look so shitty.
yeah.
Everybody begging Bridges to put on a uniform.
Yeah, it's time for Bridges to return. There's no other way to slice it. So I said Joe Sign. Shout out CWE. I'm bugging on Joe Sign. Joe Sign. Sick. I got to score 7-17. Here comes JT Thor. JT Thor's entering the game, ladies and gentlemen. JT Thor. PJ Washington headed to the bench. It's a good game going so far. Nuggets, they're trying to cut into this lead. Now they cut it to single digits. 8-17, 5:57 to go. Lamelo is still on the floor, ladies and gentlemen. He's guarded by Bruce Brown. They're moving the basketball in Charlotte. Lamelo wide open to Gordon Hayward. Cash money. 12-8 Charlotte. 5:40 to go in the first quarter. Lamelo, man, I'm telling you, this dude moving the basketball is elite. I wish they gave us some real weapons out there, but let's see. You know, Michael Porter Jr. threw up some ugliness. It was rebounded by Mark Williams. He gives it to Melo. Melo pushing it with pace. Oh, he got Jokic on him. He dancing on him. Oh, we got a mismatch. Oh, good play. He finding Gordon Hayward. Gordon Hayward is balling. You can't tell me Gordon ain't playing tonight. 22.
Yeah, Gordon Hayward's looking pretty good. Showing a lot of energy early on. He's being persistent, getting that shot off, and he's showing a lot of confidence tonight.
Yeah, I like the confidence. I like what I'm seeing from Shaw. Here come Richards. He was just talking about Richards being in the doghouse. I see a Nick Richards sighting.
Yeah, they need to get the Jammin' Jamaican out there and let him get his juices flowing, pause, so he can get back acclimated to the position of being an enforcer.
Right. I agree with that.
I see JT Thor's out there, like the shadow man.
Yeah, Ish Smith out there too. I see Big Ish Smith. I remember he was playing for Charlotte. He was pretty formidable. This dude been around the league 10 times over. Give credit to him. This guy Ish Smith. Ish got handles. Yeah,
he's been a journeyman.
He got underrated handles too.
Let's not go too far on the Ish Smith syndrome.
No, I mean he's
been definitely a journeyman.
No, I know. I mean, Lamelo. I was about to say that was a deep three he put out.
We just talked about that. Well, I don't like Lamelo starting off shooting all these fucking threes. Get in that paint, man. Use your 6'8" frame.
Yeah, and then all that's
you represent the epitome of the structure of scientific revolution. 6'8" can do whatever he needs to do. Let's get out there and show the world what you're about.
Yeah, and now Denver putting pressure on him. Charlotte has called the timeout. So let's see if they can regroup, get back situated. I'm expecting a hell of a game. Rap guy says Joe Sign is a joke. Now, I like some of the pieces out there in Brooklyn. That's all I'm going to say.
They just beat Chicago.
Yeah.
They beat Chicago with role players, a bunch of role players.
With no Bridges. Bridges is going to turn into somebody, I'm telling you. I don't know if he's going to be a superstar in that like that, but he's going to turn into a decent player. I think he's going to be their go-to guy. They got weapons out there in Brooklyn. See, I can root for the Nets now. They ain't got no super team. I like an underrated team. Westbrook has a lot of potential landing spots. Clippers, Bulls, and Heat are possible suitors. There's a lot. I just got a notification on Westbrook. Breaking news. Westbrook name is all over the NBA landscape right now. Knicks need to trade for Zach LaVine this offseason. They should. I think they should hold out and wait for Melo, though, to see what's going to happen in Charlotte. Because everything we outlined in this best case scenario, they get Bridges back. What if they don't? What if they get the 7th pick? Something going on with Bridges, he get a max offer and out there in Detroit. They put the max dollars on the table. And then look what happens. We could be having a whole nother conversation, and that's when the Knicks need to put all their assets on the table and go get LaMelo Ball. That's my pathway for New York. Well, let's see what happens. We got a long way to go. But if Zach could be had, go get him. We got the assets. We're on a commercial break right now. We got a 10-point game, 22-12, Charlotte. Queen City Hornets is balling right now, ladies and gentlemen. You can't say anything about it. They're trying to. That's crazy for Denver, though. They're supposed to be up right now. CWE says New York not getting a superstar unless they draft him. Well, you don't know that. It's not true. You can't tell a bald-faced lie. We don't know that for sure.
Brooklyn was sitting in the perfect spot. They were sitting in the Goldilocks zone.
That's
right. They had the ingredients to the primordial soup of super life. Even with Kyrie leading the band, the maestro that he is, Wizard with the Peel, and Kevin Durant sitting on the sideline nursing the injury, they was the 4th seed flight. Yeah. And if the season played out, they would have hosted a first-round home game. What more can you ask being led under the dictates of Jacques Vaughn? Now they have a new team, hopefully the same direction, and maybe Brooklyn could just find their way somewhere in the playoff situation. Might not be 4th seed, but they could be a 6th, 7th.
Yeah, it could be. I got 12-24 on Charlotte. Charlotte up 12 on them. Well, I said, shout out to Coach Vaughn. He don't deserve this. Well, let's see, man. He got himself a team that he can coach now. They're gonna actually listen to him. They're gonna actually, in my humble opinion, he's gonna be able to really cultivate this roster. And you got those guys already. They know everything already. It's tough. I think he's gonna get more out of this team. It's 12-26 right now, Charlotte. I don't know what's going on with Denver. See, when I told
early. Don't worry.
Yeah, I know the contenders versus pretenders. They probably came in this game and they kind of like, oh man, it's Charlotte. We're gonna take them out, and that's how they lose these kind of games. That's how you have games where a number 1 seed gets blown out by the worst team in the league because they anticipated a no-show. We're just gonna walk over them.
There's a phrase for that, and it's called trap game.
Yeah.
This is what you call a trap game.
Yeah, it's a big trap game. Well,
it's early. There's a lot of ticks left on the clock. We know basketball is a game of runs. Basketball is a game of 2 halves. So Charlotte have to keep this up. And do they have the ability and the talent to sustain this type of basketball play?
That's a good question. 12-26 right now. Scary Terry at the line. 12-27. Charlotte. They putting heat on them right now, boy. It's going to be trouble if they don't wake up. Tony says Billy Donovan needs to go. He did nothing to get an extension. Nope, he didn't. Give credit to his agent. That's why he paid agent. 14-27. Charlotte moving the basketball. Lamelo Ball is on the bench. You got DSJ out there. Bryce McGowan's getting minutes. Damn, what happened to Book Night?
Turnover, Terry.
Oh. That would have been a good 3 right there if he would have made that. We got a good game.
Normally, the weaker teams do play better at home, so you always have to be cautious when you come into an arena and you're playing one of the weakest teams in the league, but that arena is not your arena. So let's see if Denver can stay focused and detach themselves from any type of lethargic play, and see if Coach Malone can get his boys to move in stride.
Yeah. We'll see. 18-29. Got a good game so far. Bryce McGowan's for 3. He missed it. 18-29. It's
Every
Smith.
time I hear Bryce McGowan's name, I think of what Sam Dracula said about him.
What he say?
That he ain't it. I need to learn how to play basketball.
McGowan's, yeah. Yeah, he served his purpose. DSJ, 20 is 21-31. They holding on to the 10-point lead. Oh, Denver. Let's go. Who's that? That dude just came out of nowhere with a big dunk. Braun. This dude Braun came through. This dude get up. And they got DeAndre Jordan. They got some pieces. Yeah, Jokic out there dancing around like a god.
With the addition of Thomas Bryant, I'm quite sure now they might move Jokic to a little power forward from time to time.
You think
Match
so?
him and Thomas Bryant up together, yeah, and slide Jokic over to the power forward and just let Thomas Bryant be the defender and rim denier, or bucket deferrer. And Jokic don't have to worry about that aspect of the game. Just concentrate on just executing and getting the players into the game a little more. And also alleviate him from the stress of trying to get his shot and try to rebound on the other end of the floor and guard their center, the other team's center. So I think that's a brilliant move. I forgot the brother the general manager for the Denver Nuggets. He's a good brother too. He'd be making moves. He might get executive of the year if Denver finish their first seed. Who is that brother, Basil, your general manager? He's been there forever and got promoted.
I have to look into it.
Basil, no?
Hold on.
I forgot his name. Looked like PJ from the Runway did a little something. Wow, look at that there.
Yeah, that was DeAndre Jordan trying to do something crazy, huh?
I'm not able to call play-by-play, but I can color commentate.
I said DeAndre Jordan, he tried to do something crazy. Can you hear me?
Yeah, he got hacked.
Oh, okay.
Y'all can hear you. DeAndre Jordan tried to do something crazy. I say he got hacked. Somebody tried to break his wrist.
Yep. Yeah, the freak around.
It's a kind of a trip to still see DeAndre Jordan out there running up and down that court. He's been in the league a long time for a man that never developed a shot.
Yeah, I mean,
Melo's back.
He's a serious lob threat.
Melo's back.
Yeah, Melo's in the game. You got a 9-point game in Charlotte with Braun at the line. 20-something seconds. 29 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, when the first quarter's over with, address that situation about Nick Richards that you was going to address.
A couple more seconds ago, he wants KD to be an alpha. Well, KD a problem, man. Don't sleep on KD. He's going to be a problem for Phoenix. He's going to be at the Super Bowl. Yeah. Speaking of Nick Richards, he's headed to the line.
Folks, we got a Nick Richards sighting. The Jammin' Jamaican.
Yeah.
The Jamaican Giant.
I like Nick Richards. He on it.
One love. Let's get together and live as one.
Wow. Yeah. I got 25, 34 with Nick Richards trying to push him up to 10.
I think you jinxed him, like.
Yeah, I thought so. But you got Ish Smith coming down, winding down. I wouldn't be surprised if he shake him up. Of course, Pat step back mid-range, but he couldn't convert. This dude Ish Smith got a signature move for a role player. It's crazy. Ish got a signature. Now, repeat your question about Nick Richards for the people.
Yeah. How do you feel that he was in a doghouse, but he didn't get traded off? So you think Charlotte got something shaking for Nick Richards coming up in the future?
I think so. When you start to elevate certain guys, you got to have good quality, backups. So I think, listen, these are their guys they drafted. It's time to cultivate them. So let's see. It's time to give them something. Let's see what they made of. You don't know what they're made of unless you give them the keys. They just gave Mark Williams the keys to the castle. So now that should open up. When Plumlee leaving,
I don't know if he has the keys to the castle. He might got a key to a room.
Yeah, I don't mean it like he got the key. He about to be the number one option for the team, but to him, he could probably feel like he got the keys to the castle. Like he's the starting center for the Charlotte Hornets. He's got that kind of luxury now. So when you lose Plumlee, it opens up everything, especially for the bigs. So the big, I expect to see not so much a log jam with the bigs, more minutes to be passed around. That's more what I'm saying. So Nick Richards ultimately will benefit. You got what it should. He should. You see JT Thor early off the bench. You see that's after the situation of Plumlee departing. Now it opens up everything, especially for the big guys. So I think they need to do something similar for the guards. So I want to hope that's what they're doing with the Book Knights of the world, where they got them developing in the G League, because eventually maybe they're going to move on from Terry Rozier, which should open up things for the guards, that you see on this roster, that they drafted. It's time to give them the opportunity to see who the heck they are. If they're not it, okay, it's time to move on. And that's what we about to find out about Mark Williams. Is he going to be the starting center of the future, or is he going to get packaged in some trade or something like that? They about to find out right now. And they got him for the cheap. Charlotte don't want to pay nobody. They traded McDaniels because they didn't want to pay him. They thought it was going to be a strong market for him, so they let him go. That's why he's gone. Because there's no explanation to let go of a guy who produced for you to bring in a guy to buy him out. You traded for him for Reggie Jackson, and you letting Reggie Jackson go for nothing. Like, what was the set? You just gave away McDaniels. That's what they just did, and they bring in cheap guys. Guys were cheap. Just stupid. This is just crazy. Kelly Oubre, he was hurt. That's probably why they didn't move him. So these guys can all be moved in the summer.
And I think the same is for Book Night. I think if the Charlotte Hornets would have did their due diligence and secured.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, in securing Book Night well-being, he probably would have been a trade deadline commodity. But since they didn't do anything with him, they just let him stay a slumber. There's no market for him because can they trust him? Can they trust Book Night?
Right, that's a good question.
That was really sloppy the way they handled that situation. Because if I was a GM, I'm putting him in a program, a serious program, not no play program, a serious program. Give him at least 15, 20 days away from the team, and I can market him better that way.
Right.
Because now I can show other teams that this guy is willing to change, and this is his second chance opportunity to give a first impression to a new team. But they didn't do it. Charlotte is they're just sloppy when it comes to caring for the welfare of their commodity.
Yeah, hopefully they do something with Lamelo Ball, man. Something good. That's all. That's all I want out the deal. That's not too much to ask.
Maybe to them it might be.
Right.
Wow, nice shot. I don't know who shot it, but nice shot.
Yeah. 31-34. Lamelo leading the charge with the ball moving. PJ Washington, cash money for the 3-pointer wide open.
PJ from the one way.
Yep. 31-37. Oh, Nick Richards, big time block. DSJ gives it to Lamelo. Lamelo penetrating. Back to PJ. PJ with a banger. Let's go. 31-39. Charlotte. 10-20 to go in the second quarter. Pardon me. Lamelo leading the charge. Not so aggressive offensively either. Yeah, Melo only got 3 points. And that's what I'm saying. They're holding on.
Lamelo was accused of not being a leader right now based on his youthfulness. And Miss Cupcake made a valid point, same point that I've been making, and people been accusing me of downplaying LaMelo's leadership traits. It's not so much of LaMelo leadership traits, Flight. It's the other older guys not capitulating to LaMelo leadership traits. And it's hard when guys got to put food on their table and you telling me to listen to a 20-year-old, 19-year-old. I mean, that's asinine. And since a lot of these LaMelo Ball fans are young men, and some either in their adolescence, they don't understand that aspect of leadership just yet. Wait till they start paying bills outside of their phone bill, and you'll have a better picture of what type of leader that you were acquiesced to based on your financial situation.
It just don't make no sense, man. Absolutely not. Shout out Thunder. So, I see everybody in the chat. It's a hell of a game tonight, 33-41. Charlotte Hornets is up big. We're trying to go up big. You got Gordon Hayward, put him up 10. There we go. Charlotte is just, I don't know what's going on with Denver. I don't know what's happening.
Well, you can't say this yet until we get into that second half.
Yeah, we got a commercial break. They had to call that time out.
Because remember, they did Milwaukee the same way. They was taking Milwaukee through the dog park, and then all of a sudden Milwaukee started barking and biting, and Charlotte caved in.
Right. So Charlotte, I'm right now. I'm looking. I turn my attention to the New York Knicks. They playing the Utah Jazz, and my man Josh Hart is going to be playing his first game tonight. He on the bench. So Julius Randle. Oh man, that was ugly. Julius tried to shoot a 3. Julius be shooting them threes like he a sharpshooter.
I'm just glad Julius made it back to the All-Star.
Yeah,
I'm glad he's not a one-off. You know what I mean? So now he could consider Julius Randle as a multi-All-Star.
Yeah, perennial All-Star.
No, I don't know about perennial.
Yeah,
I think that's going a little too far. But he's a multi-All-Star. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And Josh Hart gonna fit in perfect. Kelly Olynyk and the crew. Salute to everybody in the chat right now. You already know what it is. It's Flight Sports. There's a lot of stuff happening. This is a busy night of basketball. Everybody playing tonight. Let me know what y'all think about Josh Hart as well. Shout out Anthony King. They should play Nick and Mark together as Twin Towers. What you think about that?
That'll be interesting, Flight. I like that. That'll be interesting, but I just don't think Charlotte has the galls to do that.
Wow. I just don't think they got the balls. No, they'll figure it out. That was good.
That would be a nice combination, to be honest with you. The Twin Towers, right?
Right.
PJ Washington, Terry Rozier, LaMelo Ball. That would be a defensive nightmare to some teams, because both of those guys are active and they compete with each other for minutes. So you could have this. That's the best type of sword fight you want. 2 guys, highly competitive, competing for recognition in minutes at the same time. It'll be a block fest out there.
Yeah. All these new faces of different places and just make me want to, see what's going on. Right now, I'm scouring through the Brooklyn game. They up right now on the Sixers. So I don't know. I'm telling you, a lot of people sleeping on Brooklyn like they just like it's over. Like they did all right. Bridges got 23 points. Mikal,
No,
they tried to hold on to him too. That was sad.
you can't hold on to him for no Kevin Durant.
Right? Yeah.
That would have been that would have been the most worst non-trade probably in the annals of history, holding on to Bridges. See, and this is what I was saying about the Chicago Bulls. They want to hold on to Patrick Williams.
Mm.
You think Patrick Williams better than Bridges?
Nah.
Of course not. They want to hold on to Patrick Williams because we drafted him, and we drafted him number 4. He came in right after Lamelo Ball. And when you drafted Patrick Williams, see Red Nation, excuse me for a moment, you drafted him as a project. It was already known that this guy was a project because he had just kind of started getting into basketball. And even Florida State coach, what's his name, Lonnie Smith or something like that, Lonnie something, was even shocked that he went that high because he wanted Baby Claw, which he's not really no more. But anyway, they wanted Patrick Williams to stay one more year, and him and Scotty Barnes could have been playing really hard together.
Right. That's crazy. It says the black part. It sure is. I got 33. We got a 3-pointer from DSJ, 33-46. Charlotte is just holding on to this lead over the Nuggets. Man, Nuggets ought to be ashamed of themselves. The way
Shout out to DSJ.
Yeah, they're sad. It says Dex, he was 100% right. He said, my Bulls garbage right now. I don't know what's going on with the Bulls. They're packing it in this season. They don't give a damn.
They didn't move nobody, like nobody. And the Bulls know they have to move people. They know that they have to make room for improvement. So they didn't make no room for improvement. So they feel they got enough. I don't understand that. I just think, I'm hoping the AK is not over his head. Lamelo, no. I don't know why Lamelo is selling for that 3-pointer because your 3-pointer is broke right now, Lamelo.
Yeah, well, I guess
talk about that.
I guess they up right now, so that's why he letting some stuff go. They just need to hold it down. Let's be a good quality win. Shout out to John JC. Salute to you.
JC Thor, the shadow people.
JT.
Yeah, like I was saying, I just hope AK is not over his head, and that Arturas Korniakovas, that is, and Mark Eversley make up the executive staff of the basketball operation aspect of the Chicago Bulls. They chose to stand down and not panic and make any abrupt decisions based on compulsion from the fans and impulsive from them itching to cure the ills of the Chicago Bulls at the current state that they're in. Very disappointing, very underwhelming, and Chicago Bulls is playing JT make these 2 free throws. What's up, Mike?
What'd you say?
Did JT make these 2 free throws or not?
Yeah.
I think he made one of 2.
But JT thought he's straight. Yeah. Salute to everybody in the chat right now. We winding things down towards by the time they get to halftime. We almost home. Well, Charlotte need to close this quarter off strong. It's pivotal. I don't know what's going on with my league pass. I'm about to refresh it. Something's blacked out on me.
Yep, mine just stopped as well.
I'm good now. It's out to go back in and get out. It's 33-46. While Green just scored. Green doing his thing. He been around the league a long time too. He played with KD too. People probably forgot about that. Denver is starting to turn on. This guy Braun is pretty good. I don't know much about him, but he all right. Lamelo Ball on the board with a big 3. 37-49. Lamelo with another 3. Money, back-to-back 3s for Lamelo Ball. 37-52. Charlotte. I don't know what the hell happened today with Denver.
Melo starting to heat up.
Like Denver looked like they didn't come to play today. Lamelo with another 3. Oh, he missed it.
Yeah, that was a heat check moment right there.
Yeah. I was saying not back-to-back 3s for Melo. We got a timeout. Another time my guys going to the bench. 39-52, Charlotte.
Yeah, Charlotte is putting up a strong fight so far. We just got to see if they hold up, because we know at any given moment the Denver Nuggets can cause a jailbreak, and this game can get over quick.
That's fact. $39.52. 4 minutes and change to go.
I think LaMelo's just waiting for the second half to really to go nuts. Some just tell me he's just waiting for the second half. He just breezing through the first half. When the second half comes, especially if Charlotte has the lead, he's just gonna go nuts. He's pacing himself.
Lamelo Ball shaking and baking. Good pass to Scary Terry. He missed it. Rebounded by Jokic. Jokic all the way to the rim. And he missed it. He was fouled. Nikola Jokic is going to the line. Yeah, Fox got some handles. He said, "Oh, I seen Fox last night. He got hella handles. Yeah, hella handles." Yeah. Jokic right now, he just made the first free throw. The score is 40-52. PJ Washington coming back in the game. All smiles too. Mark Williams sitting down. 40-52, ladies and gentlemen. JT Thor having a seat. Nick Richards back in the game. The big guys are happy. They look like they got a little rotation amongst the bigs. All the players that they drafted too. That's what I'm noticing. So sometimes you gotta let go of guys, man. They happy to get an opportunity. Bryce McGowan is on the floor too. Everybody on the floor except for Scary Terry they drafted. Yeah, shout out Isaiah Curry. The Nets are deep. The Nets got a team. I'm the only person who noticed that. Yeah, they made out pretty good with that trade. Both of them trades.
You mean they got a team for the future?
Yeah.
They ain't winning nothing this year.
Well, I ain't winning nothing this year. I agree with that. Yeah. 43-52 right now. The score. We winding things down. 3 minutes and change to go. Lamelo with a big three. He missed it. Lamelo trying to go for the juggler. He's very 3-point centric right now.
He falling in love with that three. Somebody told him he has the perfect 3-point shot.
You know, or telling him to keep shooting. One or the other. That's probably like, man, just keep shooting even if he missed.
I don't know if that's a good strategy or good advice. You do that in practice, not in the game.
Right.
In the game, you got to adjust. You got to understand, LaMelo got a Felix bag of tricks, right? Felix the Cat bag of tricks. Those who could remember Felix the Cat, he always had the wonderful, wonderful bag of tricks. Felix the Cat, the wonderful, wonderful cat. And LaMelo got a Felix the Cat bag of tricks. So he don't have to rely on being one dimension to influence the game. That's my disagreement in him shooting 3-pointers at the rate that he's shooting.
I could agree with that.
Yeah, like I don't want LaMelo turned into no analytical player. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We're gonna find out. Melo gonna be straight. Melo ball.
Now, if the Charlotte Hornets could maintain a fast pace from the opening tip to the last tick, then I won't mind shoot, because you're getting more opportunities to shoot because you're running a frantic, fast pace, and therefore that's going to give you room to have more possessions, and with more possessions, more opportunities. But Charlotte don't do that from tip off to the last tick. You know, sometimes they get so slow, it's almost like they're walking in quicksand.
You said they're walking in quicksand. We're in a commercial break right now.
And then Denver's a pretty good defensive team from the arc flight. I think they only allow a team to shoot about a low 35% from the arc. So they shooting from the arc for Denver is probably not a good idea to continuously do that when the stat line show that they're a pretty good defender from the 3-point line, because they're going to push you out far. Now, if you Damian Lillard, if you're Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, those type of 3-point shooters, Luke Kennard, it's a little different. But when you're a shaky 3-point shooter, and so far Lamelo's been kind of shaky, they're going to push you out further, and then that's going to lessen your opportunities due to the range that you're shooting from.
Yeah.
And the Denver Nuggets not going to just let you shoot where you want to shoot. Coach Malone is a very good X and O guy. He looks at your habits, and then he tries to make you break your habits by setting up defensive stratagems to shake players from their comfortability.
Yeah. I'm right now. I'm checking out what's going on up here with the New York Knicks. Josh Hart is on the board with a Josh Hart is on the board with a 3. But your man, who's the dude who got traded from the Lakers? That point guard on Utah. What's this guy's name? Number 0. He just hit a Tucker. Yeah, he just hit a long ass buzzer beater 3-point.
Tucker. Tucker from the Lakers.
He was on the Lakers first. Tucker. They traded him to Utah. How you don't know this guy? Talent Horton Tucker.
Oh, him, THT. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he just had a long ass 3-pointer at the end of the first quarter.
Oh, okay.
I'm keeping an eye on Josh Hart. Yeah, Brunson and Josh Hart connecting good. Hart hit a 3, and then Josh Hart broke the ball down and found Brunson in the corner for a 3. So they're doing their thing right now. The Hornets lead is only by 2. Now it's by 4. The Nuggets, they must have just been playing with them.
Yeah, I told you we can't never rule Denver out. They're not on the top of the heap for nothing. You know what I'm saying? They don't play idle basketball. One thing about Denver with the 2-time MVP, Jokic, and high IQ player Jamal Murray, along with Coach Malone, every dribble matters. They calculate and they weigh out the risk as the game goes on, and they look at risk versus reward. That's the type of mindset Coach Malone is all about, risk versus reward. And that resonates through the players, and you can see why Jokic is 2-time MVP.
Right. Yep, I got 54-56 right now, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out Slim. Salute to everybody in the chat. So it's a New York cooking. We need this done. Nah, that's facts. I gotta put this league pass on my TV so I can watch 2 games at one time. So I don't know what I gotta redo my goddamn login. Which is crazy.
Yeah, Cliffy is looking a little befuddled right now. Do we have an answer to this run?
Cliffy. 54-56, ladies and gentlemen. Denver just missed it. Rebounded by Gordon. Gordon is balling tonight for all the people that want to ridicule Gordon Hayward. Yeah, Gordon Hayward came to play tonight. DSJ stepped back midi. He couldn't convert. Oh, PJ Washington, good pass. Good pass to Nick Richards. Charlotte is back up by 4. 54-58. A minute to go in the second quarter.
That was a much-needed basket for the Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah, it sure was. Terry Rozier. 54-60. Charlotte. Nah. That's they just hit a big three. The Nuggets just hit a big three. 57-60. They're trying to put on the strong clothes.
I like what I'm seeing from Charlotte, though. I really enjoy what I'm seeing from Charlotte. You're playing the number one team in the West.
They should have been up more than this, but I mean, Liz, what are they?
Well, you don't be number one for nothing. I just illustrated that.
You're right about that. We're at halftime, ladies and gentlemen. Officially at the half.
Yeah, I tip my hat to Charlotte. I'm not mad. I mean, Denver came back. I mean, but I'm not mad at Charlotte. I mean, they go into halftime with a lead. What more can you ask, right? If they play the second half like they played the first half, Charlotte will win their 17. But how many wins they got now? 14 wins?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. Charlotte got 15.
Yeah, they will be their 16th win of the season. PJ from the one way, get the halftime interview. We got 12 points.
Yeah, I'm trying to hear what he's saying. And PJ balling, man. Give him credit. He's trying to get that bag. PJ gonna be sitting on something pretty when this is over. The Nets in the tank game. They probably got the closest game going right now. They're in the 3-point game at the end of the fourth quarter. I just want to see how Josh Hart is getting acclimated out there. Quickly is doing his thing. The Knicks got a team.
When does Kevin Durant make his debut? When is he scheduled?
I have to see. I would think that he will play. Oh, I mean, he's still injured.
They didn't say like when they expect him back.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure they're gonna be eligible to play the next game. But I mean, I don't think he's healthy. He wasn't playing for the Nets.
I know. That was probably by design too, though. Like, remember that.
Right.
Like I said, this is only speculation. I believe they came to an amicable agreement based on the commissioner interest of the NBA starting the season smoothly. And so the commissioner had to interject himself into the fuel of fire to settle the differences between Kevin Durant and the Brooklyn Nets, and also tried to smooth out some issue with Kyrie Irving. So he interceded twice dealing with the Brooklyn Nets. That's how important he feels the ownership of the Brooklyn Nets, Joe Tsai and company, being a part of the NBA moving forward, because the commissioner had to step in. And there was no need really for the commissioner to step in if a player requests a trade. I mean, a player requests a trade. There's nothing he could really do about that. But since it was Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and these are two main assets and valuable commodities for the Brooklyn Nets, the commissioner took upon himself to intercede in that and make himself a liaison, a gap closer. You know what I'm saying, Flight? And build a bridge of peace with the overture by saying it's not right for players to not honor their contract, but then at the same time, you can't be making deals in the back door in dark alleys. So say Adam Silver. So there's a lot of discombobulation in money talks when it comes to the regime of the Brooklyn Nets and various players. And those players are Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. So a lot of deals were made and broken. So whatever treaty they had amongst themselves, somebody broke it. And then Commissioner interceded again with Kyrie with the Jewish situation. When Kyrie made an encrypted post that illustrated aspect of bad behavior from those outside of our community and culture. And so they thought it was a wedge of separation created by Kyrie. And then, you know, he had to be audited. And Josiah put out a list. It was embarrassing. It was demeaning. But Kyrie fulfilled all the obligations of the list, even though the commissioner, Adam Silver, a member of the jury nation, said Kyrie was not anti-Semitic upon talking to him. Then Josiah said Kyrie is not anti-Semitic, but still went forward with the list. And Kyrie acquiesced and fulfilled his obligation and also donated money to various jury causes. Then Kyrie had the issue with the vax, where he took on the United States government and their mandates and became a champion for conservatives and those who were anti that situation and who felt it. Also Joseph Kennedy, and you know he's a staunch Democrat. He was on a tour and a trope of anti-vaccination and the meanings of it. So he became basically a walking billboard for rebelism. And Kyrie withstood that. So now Kyrie is in the Lone Star State and Kevin Durant is out in the desert. And there you have it. Jacques Vaughn still at the helm of Brooklyn. It didn't cost him his job, but it definitely cost this Steve Nash his. And also, speaking about the homie Jacques Vaughn, Kevin Durant gave his blessings for Jacques Vaughn being the coach. Kevin Durant has stated, paraphrasing of course, that him and Jacques Vaughn is on the same page when it comes to winning. He basically stated and poked the finger in Joe Tsai in executives above Jacques Vaughn's eyes by saying he's probably the only one in the organization is on the same page with me. But we understand each other. So kudos to Kevin Durant for big upping my little homie Jacques Vaughn, Kansas finest, Pasadena legend.
All right, shout out Malaya. We appreciate you for tuning in with us. We're in the middle of halftime right now. So there's some issues going on between Gary Payton, the second.
Oh, that's good. Talk about it, like.
It's never took Tara those shots to be available for games. I don't know, something going on with his physical.
Yes, that might rescind the whole deal.
Yeah.
Everybody go back to their respective teams.
You remember last time? What was that when Lamar Odom? It didn't turn out too well. Last time the trade got rescinded, the dude never came back.
Yep. So, yeah, that Gary Payton the third, that's something else. Was the third or the second?
What'd you say?
Gary Payton, he's the third or the second?
He's the second, I think. That's why I thought he was the third, but my notification got him as the second. I hope they're not wrong.
Yeah, that's an interesting turn of events right there. But according to Portland, now, I'm not justifying anything, but according to Portland, their spokesperson said that Gary Payton II was in good standings when it came to his health. That's why they played him. And I think he played a relatively 17 games this season, although he's been out. And they said he was good enough to play. He was cleared from the doctors. So they didn't do any shenanigans and try to throw in a lame duck in the trade, because I think the league is trying to investigate that. Like,
Yeah, you're right about that. So we're gonna find out. I didn't even know it was a situation with him taking the shot. I gotta get some more information on that situation. But I didn't know there was some issues regarding that trade.
yeah, so Portland trying to wash the blood off their hands dealing with Gary Payton II, most definitely, because they want this trade to go through.
Yeah, I know that. It wasn't their intention to hold on to this guy.
Yeah, Golden State like, hey man, we the hegemony of sovereignty. Don't send us no damn limit. They saying Portland should have kicked them tires a little harder.
Yeah, it should have. We're still at halftime now. The game should be starting up shortly.
Well, what do you think about Aaron Rodgers? Did he make his decision yet?
I didn't hear anything about it. I mean, I have to look into it to see.
Raiders or the Jets? You might have them up there in New York.
Let me see. Aaron Rodgers, former Jets All-Pro receiver, wants 2 quarterbacks over Aaron Rodgers with gangrene.
Gangrene.
Wow. Listen, Brandon Marshall doesn't want Aaron Rodgers anywhere near his Jets. The Jets must not be good. Why he said that? He said that he would be a short-term fix to a long-term problem. He said, I would go as Derek Carr as my number 1, Jimmy G is my second option, Aaron Rodgers is my third.
Who was the second?
Brandon Marshall said this. He said he wanted Derek Carr to be the first option and Jimmy G to be the second.
Okay.
And he said that is his age, but also his fit in the locker room. Guys are definitely going to respect him, but I just don't feel like Derek Carr can get you there. What? Derek Carr is the first one in, last one out. Derek Carr, he meets people where they're at. The chemistry and continuity is everything. Remember, we tried this before with Brett Favre. I'm just reading what he's saying. It says time on the bench will help. Zach Wilson got to spend some time on the bench.
Yep.
Yeah, so we're in the middle of halftime, ladies and gentlemen.
Big game tomorrow, right? Jalen Hurts versus Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. It's a big Super Bowl.
Tyler, Texas.
So you know tomorrow's my birthday, right?
Oh, well, happy birthday, Flight.
Well, yeah, 12 o'clock. This is my last day being 29.
Oh, hit that cash app for Flight, man. Hit the cash app.
This is the first time my birthday is actually on the Super Bowl. Because usually I miss it. It's like they're a week behind. It's usually the week before.
Mm-hmm. So Flight is a damn Aquarius. Ain't that something?
Yeah. Well, what you know about those guys?
I mean, you know, I vibe with them to a certain extent, but man, I know y'all some slickers.
Like, what you mean?
Yeah. What is a slickster?
That's some slicksters.
Especially the women. The women Aquarius?
What you got? What you got? You got screwed?
Huh?
You got screwed?
No, I'm not screwed, but they just some slicksters. I mean, they never satisfied.
Well,
They always feel it's a little more out there or to give. Aquarius. They just want they want cake and eat it too. From my experience, from my 54-year experience.
we saying all the bad bands. And no good bands?
I haven't met not one solid Aquarius.
Oh, God.
But they're loyal. I mean, when I mean loyal, meaning that when they rock with you, they rock with you. They don't fall off easy. That don't mean that you got to be their girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever. But if they cool with you on any kind of binding, then it's hard for them to fall off of you, and that's their problem, and that's what gets them in trouble, from my experience.
They
can have a bad experience with a person. Game back started.
You said, what about a bad experience? I went to the Brooklyn game because they said it was a 1 point.
Yeah, they can have a bad experience with a person, but the good experience they have keeps them attached to that person regardless. And they kind of hinge on a lot of the good experiences until they get upset, and then they will definitely know all the bad experiences. My mom is an Aquarius.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. And she had her strange ways too.
You're crazy. What the hell are you, a Sagittarius?
No, I'm a Virgo.
Best
Best sign in the zodiac.
Wow. Everybody signed and say that.
Oh, you have more Virgos that's successful in what they do than probably any sign in the annals of history.
Wow. Oh my goodness. This is Michael Porter Jr. just threw it on Mark Williams. That shit was good.
Where's that defense at?
Shout out to all the birthday wishes. I appreciate all y'all. Who said, let me shout
Put a little cash out with them birthday wishes.
Shout out Chuck Morris.
We're not asking you to break yourself.
Isaiah Curry. And thank y'all. Torian Whitfield. Yeah.
Oh, Torrin. What's up, Torrin?
Melo Ball, mid-range. That's it.
I know Torrin is good for that cash app. Don't be shy now. Shit.
Yeah, 65, 62.
What's Lamelo stats?
Lamelo has 9 points, 2 rebounds, 9 assists, 1 steal. So he hasn't turned it on offensively. They're gonna need it in order to win this.
So all of the Melo shots were 3-point made?
Yeah, that's crazy. It's expensive to see. I was just looking at that game prior to Dex said this game is back on. Now I gotta go figure out what the hell is going on in Brooklyn. It's Spencer Dinwiddie just hit a step back 3 to send it to overtime. I was just looking at that play too. I thought it was over. Well, I got to see what the hell just happened. I got 99-98. They must have counted.
Or was it a 2?
It was overturned. It didn't count. So I didn't see it. I'm clicking on it late. They hugging each other. The game over. I got to see a replay. They saying everybody hugging Bridges. Bridges tonight did good. He had 23 points. He was the leading scorer for the Nets. Let me see. I'm seeing a replay of the 3 with Dinwiddie. Yeah, the ball was still in his hands. when the shot went up. Yeah, they gonna have a team, man. Dorian Finney-Smith, Bridges, Dinwiddie. They got a bunch of pieces, man. No superstar, but just a collection of pieces. A collection of good players. A bunch of wings too. So they gonna have no problem defending. So let me see what's going on with this. I'm scouring. There's a lot of good basketball games on today.
Can we get some updates, Flight, on some scores?
Yeah, well, right now I'm on the Knicks game. It's 47-52. The Knicks are up.
Who they playing?
They're playing Utah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'm keeping an eye on Josh Hart. Obviously, the Sixers just beat the Nets. You have the Bulls up 3 on the Cavs, 25-22. You got a tie game in Atlanta. You got San Antonio's in town. The 67-80 Pacers are losing to the Wizards. And you got a 10-point game. Orlando is over Miami. That's weird. Yeah, we got a good game going right now. We go back to the Charlotte Hornets game. This is man flat. I don't want to see that team in the playoffs. Who you talking about? The Nets? If all they got to do is hold on. I don't think they got no pick, so it don't benefit them to say let's tank. I think they made these moves to make the playoffs, man. I think Jack Vaughn is sure they want to go to the playoffs. They're gonna be a problem for whoever. They're gonna be just fine, man. Don't sleep on the Nets. They're gonna be good. Shout out Torian Whitfield. With $20 cash out, for birthday wishes.
Looking.
So for happy birthday, thank you.
Now y'all follow suit now. We're not asking you to break yourself. Let's show a little gratitude, Flight Sports TV, baby.
Appreciate it. Yup, shout out Torian, man. Salute to all y'all. We got a good game going on right now with the Charlotte Hornets, man. Let's see what happens. They find themselves in a world of trouble. They was just up big, and then out of nowhere, Denver is stepping on them. They're trying to step on them. It's a long game, man. You got to play 48 minutes. Not half the game, the full game.
Well, Denver did make their run. Do Denver got another run in them? Can Charlotte stave off Howitz of the Denver Nuggets, first seed in the Western Conference? And people had them picked prior to the season as getting to the NBA Finals? They had Denver as a direct, what's the word? I just had it on the tip of my tongue. Threat, yeah, a direct threat to the Golden State Warriors because they anticipated the health of KPJ and Jamal Murray, plus the surgence of Aaron Gordon based on what he did in the second half of the season. They knew that he was going to be able to turn it on now that he's got more comfortable with the matriculation in a Denver Nuggets uniform.
Yeah, we got a 75-68 game right now. Now I'm upset that Charlotte blowing this game. Gotta wake their ass up. I said Josh Hart got traded while warming up. Well, I'm looking at him get warmed up. Somebody said he been traded. They're making that real entertaining. When players get traded, they got a real dramatic.
Hey, Josh Hart was on his way to the motor. The security guard said, hold up, man. Stop right there. Don't worry about it. We'll bring the stuff to you.
Yeah. Yeah, lying.
Check your phone for the latest information. Why Gordon Hayward always fumble the ball when he's trying to make a move?
I don't know. I'm looking at him now. Gordon Hayward is a trick. Yeah. Salute to all y'all in the chat. Everybody hit the like button if you're new. Most definitely hit the subscribe button. It's Flight Sports TV. You already know what it is. 78-71. The Hornets trying to hold on now. You gotta hang in there. So they don't lose the they was in control of this whole game, man. I don't know what the hell happened to them. They let this game slip completely out there.
Charlotte's just doing what Charlotte do.
Yeah. That's what it looked like.
See, one thing about the Denver Nuggets, I told you that every dribble is a calculated dribble. Every move is a calculated move. They waste no dribble. They waste no move. That's how they are constructed and constituted. Even though Lamelo is epitome of the structural scientific revolution of an NBA player in modern day time, the remnants that plays with him is just not enough to have a full onslaught for 48 minutes. Right, I can hear something in the background.
Oh my God, that's the game. My bad. It's 78-71 right now. It's still going on. You got the Nuggets. They're trying to push this game further out. They just went up 10. 0 for 3 from Bruce Brown.
Yeah, Charlotte's playing for sweepstakes.
Yeah, 81-71. Yeah, this guy, Terry Rozier, turned the ball over and hit off his leg. You gotta definitely pick it up a notch. It's 81-71, 4 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Well, Charlotte had their run. Now Denver's on their run. Can Charlotte counter that and get and start another run?
It's possible.
Oh, nice shot. And that was a nice shot, KPJ.
83-71. Nuggets up 12.
I guess Cliff, you don't see a need for a timeout, huh?
I guess not.
This is a
Who knows if he really wants to win? You never know.
well, exactly. I mean, what's in it for them to win, right? They just want to just have a nice showing on TV.
Right. It might be beneficial for him to lose. Sure.
Nice shot for Terry.
Yep. It's 85-76.
The Jam and Jamaican. Did he miss that shot? Denver's starting to get hot. Charlotte don't have enough firepower to be playing from behind. So they need to try to close this gap sooner than later.
Yeah. Shout out basketball, the score. Hold on, we got a commercial break. It's 90-76. Denver. Nikola Jokic just turned it up. 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Charlotte has found themselves in a world of trouble.
KPJ is turning it on, huh?
Yeah. They got to wake up. Otherwise, it's gonna be a wrap. Especially now, that's crazy. They had this game. There's no other way to slice it. Just went on.
I think that's premature, Flight, because I was in the first half. Now, if they was in the fourth quarter with that lead, then I could understand. But the first half, up, what? The most they went up was like 9 or 10.
Right.
That's nothing in today's game. A 10-point lead is not safe.
Yeah. Sure.
I thought Denver was coming in and trying to take the night off, but they proved me wrong.
Yep. You're right about that. That's the only reason there's 8 is injuries. They will move up. Zion is back. That's facts. Must be nervous about the Pelicans. I don't know what's going on with the Pelicans. That's crazy. Shit don't make no sense. You think it's over for the Charlotte Hornets?
For tonight?
Yeah, it looked like they didn't seal the deal.
Yeah, one thing about the Charlotte Hornets, when they get down to a superior team, it just seems like they go ahead and surrender. So it's still kind of early. They down what, 14? I got to see how they play in the first 3 minutes of the fourth quarter. That let me know if they want to be competitive or they just playing until the clock run out.
Yeah, my fault. Did you just say something, Dax?
Yes.
My bad. I had a quick phone call. What happened? What'd you say?
Oh, I said that you asked me the question about the Charlotte Hornets. Is it over tonight? I said one thing about the Charlotte Hornets, they display a lot of bad behavior when they're down to a superior team, and they have a tendency to surrender. They don't have enough firepower to really fight back, and that is something that they have to rid themselves from. Get the courage and confidence to fight night in and night out, regardless of who you play and what name is on that jersey as an opposer. So when the Charlotte Hornets get a collective of guys who share those sentiments, I think they'll be back to relativity again.
No. So let me put this in the air as well. So I got to see how it all fits together. She don't make no sense. Yeah, man, I'm mad that the damn Charlotte Hornets blew this game. They had them in the bag.
But like I said, like that's too early to say that when it wasn't even halftime when they had their lead. And then in the second period, Denver made a run to cut the lead down to 2, and I think it was at 4 at halftime. So Denver was coming. They're not sitting on top of the heap in the Western Conference because they give away games like these. They give away games that they're supposed to win. That's not characteristic in the behavior pattern of a Denver Nugget. Not this season.
Right. So not this season. Yeah. Salute to everybody in the building, y'all. Y'all know what it is. Charlotte Hornets, man, damn. They found themselves in a world of trouble. For the people that's just joining, they had them up, and now they find themselves in the grass with the Nuggets. And Jokic just come alive. DSJ, good put in right there. You got a minute to go in the third quarter. 92-81. It will help if they cut this lead, continue to cut it. Got to get some stops. Got to close this quarter out strong. It's Smith with the patented. This dude is Smith, man. This dude got signature moves. And I've been noticing that about Smith. Oh, Melo crossing dude up. They sent a double. Good pass. Melo just did something crazy. Or PJ was fouled by DeAndre Jordan. He did foul him. That was a good pass by Lamelo. He threw that thing from behind his back.
Yep. That's going to make.
That was crazy. He threw it from behind his back. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a play.
That's the Lamelo we know.
Yeah, 94-82. And you got the NBO ones on too. The Queen Cities.
Mm.
they still got him promoting those MBO2s, and it look like he's too interested in those.
I seen Ballfax put up a photo of some of his newer shoes. What shoe was that Ballfax put up?
Yeah, it's coming out soon. They coming out with the Rick and Morty's. Yeah, I was gonna work on a video on that. I would do it correctly. On the sneakers, but it's no release date. It's just coming soon. That's kind of weird. They never have a coming soon. Usually they have a date. So they're gonna do the Rick and Morty's again for the MBO twos, but it's saying release date coming soon. So I don't know what's going on. Melo with a step back. He missed it. We are at the end of the third quarter, headed to the fourth. We got a 9-point game, 11-point game, pardon me, 94-83. Charlotte Hornets find themselves down. They scratching and clawing, trying to get back in it.
Yep. Here we go.
Yeah,
Coming down the stretch. The fourth quarter always separate the boys from the men, or the men from the boys.
yeah. I was running like that. But damn. I just had a pouring down rain from my goddamn.
Is that right?
Yeah, I must say, damn, it's storming out there. Like, damn. Well, I salute to all y'all in the building. We headed to the fourth quarter. It's money time. It is money time.
Fourth quarter stretch. This is where you gather all your thoughts and your collective energy, and you lay it all on the line. And hopefully, you're 1 point better when the clock. 1 point better than your opponent when the clock strikes zero.
Yeah. That's the plan. Headed to the fourth quarter now.
Try to make a comeback or what, Flight?
I'm gonna say, I'm rooting for it. PJ just scored. There's no guarantee. I think they had them, and now they let them come back in the game.
Yeah, that's always a good sign when you down and you come out with your first possession and you make a basket.
Yeah, they're trying. I know they're not quitting. That's not Charlotte.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they're not quitting on this game.
Mm. Like, you there?
I was talking the whole time and my shit was on mute. Yeah, my bad. You said something about can they come back in the game, and I said yeah. You didn't hear any of that?
I didn't hear nothing.
Oh damn! I just looked up when you said flight. You there? I just said damn. My bad. Right now it's 96-85. We got a good game, 11-point game. You know, Charlotte, they scratching and clawing, trying to fight back in it, man. But I think they just reaching a tough opponent. Denver ain't nothing to play with.
Yeah, Charlotte got to kick, crawl this. They kick and crawling and scratching, trying to make something happen. And this is where the quarter that you do this in. Fourth.
Yep. Oh, my bad. My computer just died. You there?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Gotta start back up.
Oh, you're not on the stream?
I'm here, but my computer just died. I had to I logged in through StreamYard through my phone. And then I gotta start my computer up, get league pass up and running.
That's not a good sign.
This is man, all AD needs.
You ahead of me.
Yeah, no, we about to be straight back on. Yeah, it's a wild night of
Richard's done
basketball.
something. I don't know what he did, but he done something.
It's a wild
Turn it
night
over,
of
I guess.
basketball.
Melo, yellow Melo. Can we get more of that, Lamelo? Can we get more of that? They give it right back. DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah, it's crazy. Don't make no sense. 98, 86.
Cliffy over there looking frustrated, man.
Cliffy. D-Lo first bucket with LA. D'Angelo Russell, he playing. No, I want to get a couple. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, with all of these new faces in new places, it's like it's much more exciting to figure out what's going on. Like to watching all of these new faces. Make you want to see how they're gonna perform.
Uh-huh.
I want to see what D-Lo do. I'm looking at the Lakers right now. I'm just seeing him with the jersey on. And they're going to start him. Who the hell do they have starting over Westbrook?
Dennis Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder.
So Schroeder going to stay on the bench. It's funny how they did that. I know he don't like that.
Oh, you got to play better.
Yeah, D-Lo starting. Because D-Lo could hit that 3-ball. He the guard that the Lakers need. I just want to see a couple of plays. So I'm hoping Lonzo come back too, Slim.
That's water under the bridge. Remember, he had an opportunity to come back. He didn't take it. He's like, nah, I'm good. Remember, they was trying to get him back over there. I was say, you want me back, you got to pay for it.
He said they want him back. You got to pay for it. You ain't lying. Our Lonzo might get shut down for the season. And they put him on some kind of countdown.
Well, one thing about Lonzo, if he's not 100, he ain't risking it.
Yeah. All we
Time
can do
Lord
is
is
hope for the
different.
best. All we can do
Time
is
Lord,
hope.
Time Lord out there, he risking it all.
Who's Time Lord? Who the hell?
Robert
Who is it?
Williams III.
Oh, okay. Is that really his nickname, or you just came up
Yep.
with that?
No, that's the nickname. Time Lord. That's the
Why do
nickname
they
in the
call
NBA.
him that?
I guess because he blocks shots.
Wow. Time Lord.
Like, hold up, wait a minute. Not today. Maybe another time. You know what I'm saying? Yep, he risked it all. He's still not back. I mean, he's still not like solid. He in and out the lineup. But some say, okay, he risked it because they was in the finals.
Right.
So he's justified. But still, it probably could cost him his career or even money, you know, because he hasn't been right. And Al Horford them rushing him back, Al Horford rushing him back.
They call him Time Lord, Robert Williams.
The third.
He played a big part for the goddamn Celtics, no?
Yeah, he anchored that defense.
Yeah, you always say his name. It should sound funny as hell. Time Lord. Yeah, it's a wild game, man. All the people that just don't understand the Nuggets could have lost tonight. Charlotte, they started off tough, but they couldn't close.
There's not enough talent to close.
Yeah.
But once Lamelo go out or Terry Rozier go out, Charlotte is extremely bereft of talent.
Right. And they didn't.
And you
And
can't.
Charlotte didn't. What I was gonna say was they haven't picked it up a notch.
But Flight, you can't win in this league with no talent. That you have to understand that. I don't care because they got 5 players on the court. Those 5 players, talent is underwhelming. It's a precipitous drop. I'm talking about a grand precipitous drop when Lamelo and Terry Rozier is not on that court. If I was Cliffy, I would try to lessen those other guys' minutes. I mean, for what? Unless he's told not to. See, that's the thing about Cliffy. Maybe Cliffy is told to play these type of guys, these type of minutes, so they can evaluate him. See, Mitty and Mikey, they full of shit sometimes. Evaluate what? Shit. If I was people, I'm like, man, you evaluate them guys somewhere else. Not on my watch. I'm playing with the proven guys who I know that can get me some wins. Evaluate. Kidding me? They wouldn't even give Booknight a 30-day, absence of leave of absence. Or a 15-day leave of absence. They wouldn't even do that. No, they're like, nah, we pay you your rookie contract, you show up. If you leave, you don't get paid.
Well,
Booknight over there wobbling and shit, wiping his eyes. Can't stand up straight.
Yeah, so they're gonna tolerate certain things from certain people.
No, they should have gave that man a leave of absence for medical reasons. or health reasons. The NBA should really look into that situation. If it's said the way, I mean, if it went down the way they said it went down, if he really did those things that was written about him, they should really look into that. Or the players' union, one of the two, fight.
You're right. Yeah. Let's see if Charlotte can mess around and can stay back in this game. It was wild. It's a wild game going on right here, man. The Warriors should have drafted Lamelo instead of Wiseman. And I think that they already know that.
Look at that there. And people was trying to fight against that. You have basketball pundits. I'm gonna put it this way: so-called basketball pundits fighting over that the Golden State Warriors drafted the right guy. How can you even say that? Fix your mouth and say that. And the only reason why they was able to trade Wiseman because they won a championship last season. If they didn't win that championship last season, that would have been a despicable thing. And it would have went against what's that GM over there name again? It would have been on his resume, a stain on his resume.
Myers?
Yeah, Bob Myers. But they won that championship, so no matter what they did, it worked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It'd be funny when the GM start messing up. Yeah, they got Denver in control of this one. 5 minutes to go. Denver up 14. Charlotte just turned the ball over. Bron. What a banger. This kid, Bron. Yeah, man. They blew this one.
Yeah, there's only so much you can do when you don't have the talent to compete.
Well, Melo almost having a triple-double, too.
He almost at well, what is he at? Give us a stat.
13, 8, and 12.
Oh no, he still got action.
Yeah.
He need 2 assists or 2 rebounds.
2 assists.
Oh yeah, he got
No. 2 rebounds, pardon me. He almost got more assists than he got points.
I call for the triple double. Let's see if he gets it.
Yeah. Yeah. The Denver Nuggets. There's a commercial break right now. Salute to all y'all in the chat. So that young man talented. Yeah, man. There's a lot of young talented dudes out there, man, doing their thing. The league is definitely in good hands, if I must say so. This league gonna be straight for years to come with the talent they got out here. There's plenty of talent. Charlotte just blew this one. There's no other way to slice it dice or just have them. We still got action. Yeah. We're in the middle of a commercial break. Salute to all y'all in the chat right now. Shout out my man Chuck Morris, Slim Can Hoop. All y'all that's in the building right now. We got the Charlotte Hornets live, facing off against the Denver Nuggets, and it's wild. It's 108-92. They really screwed themselves tonight. I see teams moving the basketball. Yeah, me too. They're doing that pretty good. You talking about the kid Bron from the Nuggets? Yeah, that dude got up. They got them a talented dude.
Yeah. Charlotte looked a little sloppy out here.
Yeah, oh, my bad. Hold on a second. The score is 108-92. No, I got 112-94. My bad. They got to update this string. So it's a crazy situation going on right now. Braun with a big three. He missed it. Got Scary Terry Rozier. The basketball is moving. This game is over. Charlotte blew it. There's no other way to slice. There's no other way to slice the dice with just a carrot.
They're gonna get the triple double or what?
So that's unless they sit him down.
Looks like he had a run out. What happened?
That was a foul.
Oh, that was a straight steal. That's bad. That's bad. That's bad. That's a bad call. Melo can't even get a decent call at home. Oh, they looking at it.
Yeah. Shout out everybody in the chat that pulled up the Flight Sports TV.
Y'all shower flight with birthday wishes. Spam in the chat.
Yeah, shit. I mean, the way the stream moving today, I guess a lot of people moving and grooving. I was gonna stay up and do that game, but it is my birthday, so after this game, I'm probably gonna shut it down and try to get some things percolating on the outside.
Did they overturn the call?
No, they haven't. 319. Says the Charlotte Wembanyama's blow another lead. Wow. No Jackson. Once you start saying they're going to get this person, get that person, it's going to be screwed. Shout out Anthony King, everybody.
What happened? How, Lamelo? Okay, I know what they did.
What was it, a clear path?
Yeah. So he got the call.
And Lamelo went in the lane and dragging around and converts. 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Well, tomorrow is my birthday, but I appreciate all y'all. It's a correct me if I'm wrong about. Yeah, no, y'all right. Last couple of hours of my 20s. It's been a long
Oh, the
20.
dirty 30. The
Yeah.
dirty 30.
Yeah, I guess that's not a. It's cool. I got to get used to saying that. I've been saying I'm 20 for what 10 years now. So.
I mean, sister Melanie. Melo going to the rack. But that's
Melo
too late, right?
got 8 assists. He got 16 points, he got 12 assists. Pardon me. He got 16 points, 8 rebounds, and 12 assists. So he just needs 2 more rebounds to complete that triple double. But
Joker just hit a 3-pointer in Lamelo face.
yeah, and the team and Nuggets look like they pushing it to 20 with 2 minutes left. They need to pull these guys out before some crazy shit happens. You know, you don't play around. Yeah.
Jalen McDaniels is gone.
2 minutes left in the game. 2:08, 118:98 to go. The Charlotte Hornets really screwed themselves tonight. They should have had this game in the bag, but they find themselves in a world of trouble.
Well, they were swimming uphill anyway, like, so we can't be too hard.
Right.
They don't have anything up there. We act like Charlotte.
Lamelo's
Got
on the
something to work
bench, like I said. He won't get the triple double. They're sitting him, which is smart by Cliffy. I like that. You don't screw around for a triple double.
Right. He's not Westbrook.
Yeah, it's not worth it either. You're not going nowhere. I mean, what the hell is him getting a triple double really gonna do for you? You think?
Yeah. But he had plenty of opportunity to get it, so he didn't get it.
Right.
I wonder, do they tell him? You know, some teams tell you, you're 2 rebounds short.
Yeah, a minute 55 to go. A minute 55 to go in the fourth quarter.
Thomas Bryant is in the game.
He got
Yeah,
garbage.
they give Thomas Bryant garbage time, unless they're just trying to acclimate him.
Yeah, they're probably gonna take it easy on him. You know, they'll bring him along.
I think he's going to be starting in no time. They're going to move Joker over to the power forward.
Yeah. Workers to the power forward.
All right, what are you doing?
Right now I'm watching the game. It's 117-101. Now I'm about to make some moves after this game is over. That's really what I'm about to do. So that's probably what you hear in the background, a lot of movement.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like you moving furniture around.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we're gonna step outside tonight.
Take it easy on wifey. It's your birthday.
Yeah, you stupid. 117-102. Even though tomorrow is, but today is last day.
Yeah, tomorrow Super Bowl, your birthday.
Getting over.
So tonight just got to get it in, man.
Yeah.
The baby's asleep. You got some Robitussin?
Definitely going to the lake spot.
You got some NyQuil? You got to get them babies some Robitussin and NyQuil, put their little asses to sleep.
Yeah. No. So they sleep now. Yep. We got 1 minute left to go in the game. 117-103. Lamelo Ball is on the bench, ladies and gentlemen. He didn't really go off tonight. One thing I can say about Lamelo is he didn't turn it up. You know?
He coming to your birthday party?
No.
Right up the street from him.
Right. So I definitely will. I guess I'll be checking out the Mavericks game just as a normal fan, not streaming tonight. But we will definitely catch the Dallas Mavericks the next game. Definitely with the Lakers. I want to catch some of this Laker coverage. Even though tonight it was no LeBron. You know, LeBron is out tonight again. I don't know what's going on. Something going on with his toe.
His toe, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
This was happening also. He broke the record.
Oh, Lord.
His toe was hurt. Now he's letting the other guys, all right, now do what you got to do.
He said his toe was hurt.
Motherfuckers didn't want to stand up and cheer for me. Do what you got to do. I ain't on the court now.
You got a bad toe. 118, 105. This was a wild game, man. And Charlotte got a lot of good things going for him. I will give him that. Number one, you have the Charlotte Hornets, you know, basically doing their thing, you know, in terms of continuing to fight in these games. And once they get their full team back, hit a reset button on the season, they're going to be straight.
Straight what?
I think they're gonna be straight in terms of, because listen, they're hanging in games now with a team that's trash. You know, once they get it right, they'll be straight. But that's the ball game. Listen, like in any event, we'd have been on later tonight, but you know, hopefully we respect. You know, tonight I just want to, you know, we're gonna hang out a little bit on the outskirts. Well, peace and love to you all. The Super Bowl Sunday tomorrow, and it's my birthday, but we're going to more likely give the people something like we always do every night. Everybody hit that like button. If you're new, you stumbled to the right place. Most definitely hit that subscribe button. It's Flight Sports TV. Shout out all Access Decks. Shout out everybody. Peace and love to you all. Love.
Flight Sports TV, man. That's my dude. I rolls with him.
You heard what the man said. It's Flight Sports TV. Nobody joined the live. So, hey, Chuck. Come on, man, get your done.
Flight Sports TV, man. That's my dude. I rolls with him.
You heard what the man said. It's Flight Sports TV.